Hello again everybody, this is Gusto and I have another review today. Today I'm going to continue the Australian Defence Forces ration, the Combat Ration 1-Man or the CR1M, and I'm going to do the second installment which will consist of the items that I've chosen for lunch. Again, thank you very much to gundog4314 for sending me this ration. Very, very generous of you, thank you so much. After my first video I was contacted by a YouTube user named imbetterthanyouis, and he put together a whole video describing and explaining a lot of the components of the older CR1M rations, specifically the ones that consist of the canned items. And they're a little bit different in their composition. They seem to have a little bit more sugar, more bread items. They also have what's called a survival biscuit that's not in this one. But the components overall are fairly similar, but he provided a lot of really good background information regarding these components. So thank you very much to imbetterthanyouis for taking the time to make that informative video. That was really nice of you. So the items that I've chosen for lunch today are, for the main item, there's Lamb Vindaloo, and there's the ingredients and the nutritional information. You can see that the energy is listed in kilojoules rather than calories, and 570 kilojoules per 100 grams comes out to roughly 136 kilocalories. And you can see there's 2.5 servings there. So that'd be roughly 340 calories for this pack. With that, I'm going to serve over the freeze-dried rice, and you prepare it in the pouch there by putting 150 milliliters of hot water in there and letting it do its thing for about 20 minutes. And what imbetterthanyouis said, this kind of turns out gummy and really never comes out the way you'd hope. But we'll see. Also the processed cheese, I'll put that on some crackers and eat that. Also in that video that he made for me, this is supposed to be eaten at the very beginning of the day, and it actually has a constipating effect, so you're not having to use the restroom while on patrol. I have another biscuit, and with that I will have the yeast extract, which is Vegemite. And some more chocolate spread. Also some candy chocolates. There's a peppered steak bar. The high energy sports drink, I'll prepare that as well. And like I said in the first video when I unpacked this, it's all kind of a puck rather than a powder. There's probably some moisture in there, but we'll see how that turns out. There's also a cereal bar, which is apricot flavor, and musk lifesavers. So let's start preparing all this stuff and get it out on a tray. So the first thing we'll need to do is prepare the rice, because that'll take the most amount of time, and then I'm going to heat the main entree, which is the Lamb Vindaloo. Though in the informative video that imbetterthanyouis sent me, he said most of the time they just eat these things cold. I'm going to go ahead and heat it up anyway. So the tear notches on the rice kind of indicate that you tear it up and down, but I'm going to cut it across this way just so that I can fold the bag over for the preparation of the rice. There you go, so there's the freeze-dried rice. It calls for 150 milliliters of water. Let's go ahead and add that in there. Try to burn myself. Alright. I'll let that set over here. Again, we have the cream cracker biscuits. We opened up on the first video. I'll take one of these for this meal also. And we'll open up the processed cheddar cheese. And for that, we'll use Fred. There you go, processed cheddar cheese. Next we have the Jack Link's peppered steak bar. There you go. Not too hard. Also have the apricot cereal bar. There's the ingredients. There you go. Kind of looks like a Nutri-Grain bar or a Fig Newton. Kind of has that same feel to it. It's actually a little bit harder than those bars. Pretty dense cereal material on the outside there. We have candy chocolates, which feel like M&Ms. Looks to be a similar product. Certainly not M&M's brand, but candy-coated chocolate discs. I'm off to go throw this in some boiling water, and I'll be right back. So while that's heating up, we will prepare the beverage. Again, this is a grape high-energy sports drink powder, and it feels like it's been compromised, has some moisture in it. We'll try it anyway. This does say to prepare this in 1 liter of water. I'm just basically going to use about half of it so that it'll fit in my cup. So when I open it up, it kind of looks a little gummy, kind of chunky in there. It's all one solid mass, you can see there. It's kind of a wafer. I'm sure it's not supposed to be like that, but let's put about half of that in the cup. That's pretty close. Some water. Give it a stir. Still lots of chunks in there. Alright, in addition to the cheese spread for the cracker, we still have some of the chocolate spread, which was pretty good if you remember from the first video. And then there is yeast extract or Vegemite. Let's go ahead and open that up too. I've never tried Vegemite before. Kind of excited to give it a shot. There it is. A brown paste. And there's also some Musk Lifesavers. I'll open those up when we finish everything else. Okay, so I've given the rice about 20 minutes to rehydrate. Let's take a look at it. It seems to be kind of well rehydrated, I guess. There's a little extra water in there. I'm going to pour that out. Alright, so there's about 1 ounce of extra water in there. Let's see how it turned out. No, it doesn't look too bad. It's certainly not a gummy mass of rice. The grains seem to be fairly well reconstituted and have held up fairly well. Alright, not bad. And for the Lamb Vindaloo, I heated it in boiling water. Again, Untitled said that they usually eat these things cold, but they do have the ability to heat them over a stove that they are issued, but there's no heater in the ration pack. Let's open this up. Alright, there you go. Kind of a blob. Alright. It's got a strong tomato kind of curry scent to it. Actually, very strong curry scent. There you go. So let's get some close-ups. So a look at the ingredient says that lamb is the main ingredient here. And it has some vegetables, mainly onions, and then it has a lot of spices like ginger, curry spice, has some tomatoes and garlic in there. Actually smells pretty nice. So let's take a lap around the tray. We'll go ahead and start with the main item. I'm going to start with some rice first so we can try it by itself. There's a close-up on the rice. You can see the grains have held together pretty well. Seem to be well rehydrated. Kind of have an artificial look to them, but let's give it a shot. They actually have kind of a dry, starchy feel in the mouth, and they don't have much flavor at all. The grains of rice kind of break down as you chew them, kind of into a paste. So, not so pleasant on the rice by itself, but let's try it with some of the Lamb Vindaloo. There you go. Actually, that makes up for the rice pretty well. It's actually got a nice flavor, kind of a tomato, just kind of a mild spice, curry flavored sauce there, but the chunks of lamb have good texture, feels like real meat. It's actually pretty tasty. I like it. Try that again. Yeah, really not bad at all. Let's go for some of the side items. Here is the cheese spread. That is processed cheddar cheese. It's just kind of a paste. Feels a little bit drier than the US MRE cheese spread. There you go. Let's put that on the cracker. Alright, give that a try. Yeah, that's not bad. It's kind of salty. It tastes like a salty Velveeta or Cheese Whiz or something like that. Might be better heated up, but at room temperature, it's not bad at all on crackers. And let's try some Vegemite. So it's kind of a jelly-like, pasty, brown substance. Has a salty scent to it. I actually put quite a lot on there. I might regret that in a second. Very yeasty scent to it. Alright, let's give it a shot. It's actually not bad at all. It's very, very salty. Kind of a salty malt barley flavor to it. Very, very salty. It's actually not bad at all. It's kind of hard to describe. I've never tasted anything like it before. Yeah, that's not bad. Try some of the peppered steak bar. So it's kind of dry, but still fairly soft. And interestingly, having had Jack Link's beef jerky here in the United States, this is actually a little bit sweeter. It has the same texture as the beef jerky that I've had from Jack Link's, but it's a very peppery but almost sweet flavor, almost like the teriyaki beef sticks. Now let's try the cereal bar, and like I said, this kind of looks like a Nutri-Grain bar on the outside or a Fig Newton, but it's a lot more dense. Very thick cereal exterior with the apricot fruit filling. And that's actually pretty good, but the exterior is more like a cereal bar. That's a lot drier than I expected. Very, very dense. But just like the plum jam, the fruit component of it is very strong fruit flavor, very pleasant, very nice. I like that. Another bite. Yeah, very good. All right, so now I have some of the candy-coated chocolate discs, similar to M&M's. And the chocolate is a typical milk chocolate interior, but the candy coating on the outside is a lot thicker and harder than M&M's. But good flavor. Okay, let's give the energy drink a stir and then give that a try. It feels like most of the powder has dissolved. Very dark purple color. And despite that being hardened into a brick really in the pouch, it tastes like normal grape Kool-Aid, maybe a little bit stronger. And then let's do the Lifesavers. So I'm not familiar with the flavor of musk. That would be interesting to try. There you go, got a whole roll of these Lifesavers. Oh, that one kind of broke apart. Has a sweet scent to it, kind of a aromatic, almost smells like cologne scent to it. That ought to be interesting. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting flavor. Overall, it's pretty sweet, but it does have that very strong kind of floral flavor that kind of tastes like cologne. Anyway, it's not a flavor that I'm used to for sure, but not bad overall. Just an interesting experience there. The other part is the chocolate spread, and I introduced this one on the last video, but it was good, so let's have some more of that while I have some cracker left. There you go. Yeah, that stuff's pretty tasty. So that was the lunch portion, or what I chose for lunch portion of this meal. Again, very, very good. Very nice main entree. The rice is it's really just the texture. The flavor's not bad, but really the texture is just kind of starchy. But the Lamb Vindaloo is actually a really nice entree. Good chunks of meat, very good kind of Indian curry flavor. Pretty tasty. And then all of the sides were quite enjoyable as well. So again, thanks Gundog for giving me this ration, and I will have one more installment, which will be the dinner portion. Expect that to be coming out in the next couple of days. So until next time, thank you to all the viewers, all the subscribers, and all of my friends in the YouTube and MREinfo.com ration review community. Y'all are great. So thanks again. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.